Hello everyone, good morning, happy Friday, Funfold Friday here with you, and I have a Funfold card that I discovered from one of my demonstrator friends, Dawn Griffin. Her website is Dawn Stampin Thoughts. So she made this last year, and I just thought I'd share it with you guys. It's a really great way to turn a Funfold into a gift card holder, which gift card holders right now are super popular because we only have 1 week till Christmas. I'm so excited. Hey, hello, and welcome to Creating with Kristina. This is Kristina Reese, and I come live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on my Facebook page, 9:30 a.m. Central Time. That's here in Texas in the United States. And I have an announcement. No Facebook Lives next week. Whoops, sorry. That was not what I wanted to put up there. There we go. Come on. There we go. No Facebook Lives on Christmas week. I am taking a break. I've got to get ready for Christmas myself. And so I'm taking a break. And just so I wanted to give you that announcement. But I will be sending out newsletters. This week, I did not get a newsletter out. So I was thinking I could send you all something a little extra next week as far as exclusive card tutorials go. But I'll worry about that later. Right now, let's do a Funfold for Friday. And like I said, this is a card that Dawn Griffin made. And basically, it's a W fold. So if you've ever made a W fold, we're just going to turn it into a gift card holder. So here we go. And let me get all this other stuff off of here. And there. Oh, and also I do like keeping my host code up there, but if it's in the way of me creating the card, I'll take it down. But anyway, so here's the parts to the card. First of all, we have a card base, and it's just your traditional 8.5 by 5.5 folded in half. Okay, so there's your base. Then you're gonna need, this is for the W. All right, now you can do this in cardstock or in designer paper. I decided to do it in designer paper because I am trying to use up all my Christmas paper before January gets here with our new catalog. Yes, and you all should start receiving your new catalog by now. If you have not gotten your new catalog next week, let me know and I will double check and make sure I sent you one. But I sent everyone who's ordered from me from this last year. So since January of 2021, if you have placed an order, you should be getting the new catalog. All right, so that's the W piece, the 4.5 by 11. Then we've got, so these pieces are going to decorate the front of the card. The front layer is 4 by 5.25, and then this I'm using as a mat, 3 by 4.5, and all these dimensions will be on my blog later today. Okay, so I like to write up the tutorial for you and put it on the blog. And then, like I said, that's a mat. So we're going to put this cardstock right on top of it like that. And this cardstock is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. This goes on the inside. These 3 pieces are cut at 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, and then these are cut from the Stitch So Sweetly die set, these 3 rectangles. All right, and they are the third one, so the largest, second largest, third largest. Or I guess you could go 1, 2, 3, fourth smallest, I don't know. Anyways, it's the rectangle that fits inside that mat, just like that. Okay, so we've got all that, got all those pieces. Let's start putting this together. So we have our card base, and then we have this W piece. Actually, let's do this later. Let's get the front done real quick. So we have this layer, and this is just going to go right here. And I'm going to be using liquid glue. I always like to say use a strong adhesive when you're doing an interactive fold card, if you can. Sometimes liquid glue isn't a good option, but in this case it is. And you just need a little bit when you're gluing on designer paper because it's not as thick as cardstock, and you don't want the wet glue to warp your paper. So there, just put a thin, and once it dries, it's going to be really stuck on there. You don't need much glue at all to tape paper to paper. Okay. Or if you feel more comfortable, just use your tape. All right, so we got that layer on. And hey, Dorothy, how are you, girl? Next piece is these 2 pieces here. So this mat is 3 by 4.5, and then this cardstock 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. We're just going to put those together and put that on there. So let me do the cardstock first. There we go. And of course, you know, the front of your card can be any design you want. This was just the design that Dawn had. I changed it up a little bit from what she actually did on hers. But now we're going to put this, we're going to have, you have 1/8 of an inch there. I want about 1/8 of an inch there because I want my other piece to go right here. And so now I'm going to put this on here. Oh, and this is the Heartwarming Hugs designer paper, if you were wondering what this paper was. Yeah, Heartwarming Hugs. I love this. Very, very traditional Christmas colors. Very traditional. And another thing I like about this card is that you can do it for, you know, these cards you can use any occasion, any color combination, you can use DSP and cardstock, you know, all kinds of stuff. All right, so now the other part of this card I'm using is the Santa. I love, 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 love this Santa Be Jolly stamp set. I think this is probably one of my favorites this Christmas out of the holiday catalog. It's just so cheerful. I just love this little guy. So we're gonna put him on the front, and I've already cut and colored everything, so this doesn't take all morning to do. And I have the sentiment, have a holly jolly Christmas, and then he's a very holly jolly Santa. I also cut out a background for this piece. All right, so I have this and this, like so, and we're just gonna put that there, and then we're gonna have this little guy dancing or jumping or doing something, okay? That's pretty cute. All right, so let's, and we also probably want to put it up on dimensionals, so let's, there we go. But it's gonna be a fairly thick card, because this long strip here, we're gonna be folding it up and putting it inside. So remember, if you are mailing this card, you want to keep an eye on the thickness. You can only go 1/4 inch thick. It's got to fit through the mail sorting machine in the post office. And if it doesn't, they'll send it back to you and ask for more postage. So be careful about that. All right, now we have that. And like I said, I want to put that up on dimensionals. Oh, they're there. Okay. Oh, thank you, Dana. She wishing us all. She says, I'm going to put that comment up there. Good morning. Happy stamping to all. And she's wishing us a Merry Christmas and safe, happy holidays. Awesome. Thank you so much, Dana. Or Diane. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't read the name correctly. I apologize, Diane. And Hilda Nell says, good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Fun Fold Friday. All right, like I said, I'm going to kind of put this down a little bit and over. I like asymmetrical better than symmetrical. I'm one of those kind of people who like to put everything kind of off to the sides and then balance it all back out. And then our little happy Santa right here, he's going to pop up also. Now his foot's going to lay flat on there, but his little head, and I'll go ahead and put one on his body, give him some support. There we go. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And of course you put some bling on there and some ribbon and make that all festive. Now let's get on to the inside. So put all this to the side. We need this big long piece. The first thing we're going to do is fold it in half. And also you want to decide which sides you want to show. I like the stripe, but the red is very pretty too. But remember, I cut the red mats out, so that would be just a little bit too much red there, I think, doing the stripe side. So let me get that off. And so because I want this side showing, I'm going to fold it in half this way, or you could just score it at 5.5 if you don't feel comfortable folding it freehand. There we go. All right, and then once you have it folded like this, so this is going to come out, then you need these to come back in, okay? So we're going to fold this one right here. And you want to use your bone folder, nice crisp edges. Okay, and now fold this one back. All right, so pretty simple. Like this is called the W fold. It's really easy. It's just a little pop-out card. But what we're going to do to make this different, pull this down into the camera. All right, so it goes on the card like this. All right, so then when you open it, so you have it like this and you open it and it does that. It's really cool. It's a W fold. What we're going to do is we are going to cut right here and we're going to make a pocket for our gift card. And this paper is nice because it's got the line right there to guide you. And we're just going to cut right up to that corner. Oh, come on. Oops, I kind of missed it just a little bit there. There we go. And now when it sits on there, just like that, we can put our gift card in there. To attach this so that you get it to lay flat, you want to glue one side down and then fold the card shut on the glue there. So let's put some glue on this side. And like I said, you don't need much, just enough. But I would suggest liquid glue for this part, because this is the part that's interactive and you really want the strongest adhesive you can get. And like I said, it doesn't matter, but you do want it fairly close to this side so that when it opens, it has some room to open. All right, so we've got that there. And I kind of just centered it here and here. Give that a minute to dry. All right, to make our pocket, please do not put any adhesive here because that's where the card goes in. But we do want these three sides glued down, all right? And just a little bit, don't get too much. You don't want the glue going everywhere when it squishes out. All right, now leave it right there and we're gonna close the card on top of it. All right, here we go. And we're just going to lay that on top and hold it for a sec. Hey, Kathleen from sunny Florida. Nancy says, Merry Christmas, everyone. We have no snow here today in Nova Scotia, but should have some for Christmas. Well, I hope so, being way far north like that. Oh, it wouldn't be any fun not to have a white Christmas up there. Down here, we're very used to not having white Christmases, though occasionally we get one. So there we go. It's a fun little W. You can't really see that it's a W. There's the W fold. Okay. All right, let's decorate our inside now. All right, so we have that. Oh, I probably should have put the panels on. That's okay. We'll get them on there. So each of these panels, get all this sticky paper out of here. These three panels, these three white scallops, all that goes on there like that. That's pretty simple. And then put glue down first on all of them. Do a little assembly line going here. There we go. All right. These, pull my card back up. So 1, 2, 3 panels for these three right here. And I cut out the little Santa and the little sleigh of packages. So we're going to put Santa and the sleigh like that. And then we'll put the tree over here with the little star on top. So that's how those panels are going to go. Let me go ahead and attach that. And I'm not putting dimensionals because we're inside the card and we've already got enough layer here. So just a little glue, put a little over here on this piece so it doesn't bend. Okay, and I'm going to tilt that up a bit just because I can. And of course you could have a string from Santa's hand to the sleigh. That would be cute too. Make it all fun. I'm just gonna stick them on here though. Okay. And our tree. And I just use traditional colors that match the paper. We do not have pear pizzazz in the, what am I trying to say? Stampin' Blends. So I use the light old olive, and that's pretty close. The light old olive matches the pear pizzazz pretty good. And then to make it a little darker, I just colored over it a couple of times and in that area. Okay, I'm gonna need my tweezers for this. I like all of your emojis. Kim, those are cute. I'm gonna put those up so y'all can see her cute little emojis. Peace, Santa. Oh, come on, pick up star. There we go, thank you. All right, we have our star on there. Now, we need glue on the back of these panels. All right, and they just go on here like so, just real simple. Oh, I know y'all can't see. Hold on, but I don't want to get in the glue there. All right. This next part's gonna be kind of difficult because it's up in the air like that, but I can make it work. So can y'all see what I'm doing here? I'm just kind of putting him in there, laying him down, and then I can stick my fingers inside. And y'all see what I'm doing? There we go. Hold it for a sec. When I close the card, I'll get it more. Okay, like I said, I really should have done that before. In the instructions on my blog, I'll have you put the panels on before you put the W inside the card. All right, so now I'm closing the card to squish all that down. There we go. What do we have here? Yes, safe travels. Barbara says safe travels to you guys. How many of you are traveling this holiday? I am going nowhere. I traveled on Thanksgiving. I'm staying home for Christmas. But what about you guys? Do y'all going out to see your families or going on a ski trip or maybe down to a sunny island or something? There we go. Oh, lost the lid to my glue. All right, I'll have to get that later. Now, I just took another part of the Stitch So Sweetly here and put to and from right there. So that's pretty easy. I love the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Whoops, let's not put it on backwards. They don't give you quite much room to write to and from on there, but you know, if you write small, you can squish, you can get it in there. There we go. And we need a gift card. So I have some in my drawer here. Well, I thought it did. Yep, there's one. Okay, and so then our little gift card goes right there. And there we go. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Yay! Oh my gosh, I had fun making this card with you all this morning. Once again, remember, I will not be here. Okay, let me pull this. Where are my tags here? Pull that down. And put, there it is. I will not be here Christmas week, okay? Next week, I'm not doing any Facebook Lives. So if you look for me, I won't be here. But I will send out some newsletters, or a newsletter, and send a tutorial to you. So that's something I can do for you if you're on my newsletter list. If you're not on my newsletter, there is a sign up on my blog, okay? So my blog is creatingwithkristina.com. Just go to creatingwithkristina.com, and when you get there, there are different places. You can look over on the far right bar, and it'll be there on the side as you scroll. Or when you click on a post, like when you click on today's post to get all the measurements for this card, at the bottom of the post, there'll be a place to sign up. Also, when you've been on the blog for about, I think it's 5 seconds, a little pop-up pops up. And then last, once you start to hover to click out of the blog, the window, another one pops up. So there's lots of opportunities to sign up for my newsletter. And I hope you'll do that, because that's the best way to keep up with what's going on. You all have a very blessed, very happy, Merry Christmas, holidays. I know not all of you celebrate Christmas, and so I hope you all have a wonderful time, though, this week. And we will see you after Christmas, and I believe so Christmas is Saturday, Sunday, Monday the 27th, I will be here. I will be back on Monday the 27th. Bye-bye, you guys.